host, Kameron, and coach you guys with a new video. So this is my second video of my The Legal Tea series. Welcome. I actually have tea in here today, you guys, because if you can't hear it, I have a little sinus, nasal, cold thing going on trying to hold me back, you guys. But I was like, you know what? I got so many video ideas for this series. Let me start pushing them out. And I do want to do a exam prep type video closer to like when people should be studying for exams. So I'm trying to make sure I get like all these other videos out. I was going to try to keep them in order, like pre-law tips, which I still might try to, but I also don't want to rush through some of the videos to try to push them out too fast before I like really sit down and write tips down. I have like a little scrabble of notes over here, so I will be looking to my side a little bit to kind of just make sure I'm hitting all the points that I want to hit with this video. Yeah, so as you can tell by the title, I will be talking about pre-law advice, pre-law tips overall, that kind of thing. Also, the pre-law tips I'll be giving will also help you with the summer right before law school, which I know, I feel like the summer right before law school is like, oh, I just want to know, I just want to start studying already, I want to like just go to school already, I'm so ready, I'm excited. But really, like, my number one advice for your summer before law school is to relax. Spend time with your family, spend time with your friends, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, all of that. Spend time and just chill, relax. Unless you're going to take summer classes, which I will talk about later on in this video. So, no specific order for these tips and tricks. I'm just going to kind of read them off how I have them on my little notes over here. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into today's legal tea. Oh, and before I forget, I will be in Atlanta, Georgia on Thursday, October 12, 2017 from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Morehouse College is hosting their Morehouse College pre-law program. I'm looking at the little thing. It's like I said, it's from 12 to 3. It will be held in the Forbes Arena on Morehouse's College. I think you do have to register. I'm not sure how registration works. Definitely talk to your undergraduate university or college and they can give you more information about that, or they can guide you to the right person to talk to get the right information. My school is not hosting it. Like I said, it's at Morehouse, but I will be representing Cumberland School of Law, so definitely come visit me at my table so you get some information about my law school. And if you just want to chit chat with me, we can do that as well. I'm really excited. Hope I get to meet some of you guys. Like I said, don't forget, it is October 12, 2017 from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Go ahead and look for registration as soon as possible, because I don't know like if it ends or if it costs or anything like that. But it seems like it would be free, but don't quote me. Don't quote me. But it is for pre-law students, so if you're interested in law school, or even if you're not a pre-law major, you can still go, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's it. I just want to make sure I get that out there for you guys to know. So for starters, my name is Kameron, and I am a second-year law student. For those of you that do not know, I currently attend Cumberland School of Law, which is in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm not from here. I'm originally from Michigan. I went to undergrad at Kennesaw State University, Go Owl Nation, in Kennesaw, Georgia. So a little bit all over everywhere. My major was political science with a minor in criminology, which leads me into the first tip. Tip number one, I'm not even going to number them, y'all, because I'm going to lose track of the numericals and all that. That's fine. So, which leads me to my first tip. You do not have to pick a pre-law or political science major. Like, for me, I know that's like, duh. It seems like, duh. Like, of course you don't. I genuinely did not know that. So, I just went into it like, oh, political science, you know, of course. But honestly, for me, it did end up working out because I did get to do the whole mock trial thing and intern with a law firm and things like that. That kind of pushed me towards that area because of my major. But now that I've been in law school, and if I would go back in time, I probably would did like a business degree or I don't know, some other degree, just so I can have like a backup, I guess, plan, because I don't necessarily want to go into politics. I don't think I do, at least. So with the political science kind of limiting. So that's something that I would say about that. I did minor in criminology. I just love criminal law. I almost switched my major to criminal justice, but I was like too far along, and I was like, look, I'm about to graduate. Like, let me not even try to switch it up. So that's that. But you can, like I said, I know people in law school that have dance majors, finance majors, engineering background, teachers, a lot of political science, of course, criminal justice, business, accounting, finance, like any type of major. You can do any major and go to law school. I would say do a major that you love, that you like, that you have a passion about outside of law, or if you do want to do the pre-law route, I think that's a good idea. That's what I did. It ended up working out. Also, another benefit to not doing a typical like pre-law pre-law, political science major would be that when you're submitting your applications, it just makes you stand out a little bit more. Like, okay, finance major, oh wow, that's interesting. That'll be a good tax lawyer. Or engineering, that'll be a good patent lawyer, things like that. So always keep that in mind and keep your options as open as possible, because law school, literally, it's just so many different avenues you can go into, whether you're going to practice, whether you're going to do non-traditional, things like that. So always keep that in mind. It's even as early as in undergrad when you're picking your major. But no matter your major, it's not like oh, I picked this major, I can't go to law school. Don't worry, you're fine. If whatever major it is, stick it out. Get the best grades that you can. That GPA is very important. Get the best GPA that you can. Get the best experience and network. And that leads me into, make sure you're getting to know your professors in undergrad. I know it's like, what? I don't want to do that. They're old. I have nothing to talk about. But seriously, you're going to need some letters of recommendation. So make sure you're making those connections. Make sure you're involved on campus. That's another tip. Make sure you have something else to add to your resume rather than just, I got a 4.0. You know, I wasn't a 4.0 student, but my grades were decent and I did make some really good connections with my undergrad, which I think is so important. It just made my resume look well-rounded because I did do an internship in undergrad, which I'll talk about in a second. And I was able to be involved on campus. I was a part of a group of girls that started an organization on campus, and it just shows that I love to volunteer, which is important to a lot of lawyers. We do, you know, pro bono month at my school, and I think a lot of law schools do the pro bono month thing at their schools, and pro bono work in general in the legal field is important because just to give back is so important. So yeah, you want to be well-rounded, so that's something to keep, and in undergrad is the best time for you to do that. Because, kind of side note, so when you're doing your resume for your law school application, which I'm not going to go into depth here because I will have a whole video coming up next about your LSAT, and when you're doing your resume, you don't really want to put like high school stuff on there. You want to make sure that you're getting a lot of bulk into your undergrad, all the bulk of your work, whether it's an actual job, it's volunteering, it's interning, or whatever it may be, job shadowing. You want to get that in your undergrad because it's more recent. So also making good connections with your supervisors, your bosses, your professors, like I said. So make those connections in undergrad, because I'm telling you, those letters of recommendation are a major key. Especially, and in general, even your professors might be previous lawyers, or they might know lawyers, so they can refer you a job. Look, it's all about network, boo. It's all about networking. Let me slow it down. I feel like I'm talking fast. Okay. Also, you don't want to do something that's going to mess up your resume. For example, don't kill nobody. Don't rob nobody. Stuff like that. I mean, of course, your record doesn't have to be perfect. You might get a speeding ticket, you know, something like that. Don't worry about that, because on your law school application, they do have a section for, it says character and fitness. And I'll talk more about that in the LSAT prep and application video. But I'm just going to say something really quick. You're going to have to put everything on there. Like, I'm talking about, lay it all on the table, whether it was expunged or not, whether it was a DUI, whether it was intoxicated, whatever, underage consumption, whatever the case may be, you want to put that there. So just keep that in mind while you're in undergrad. Like, yeah, it's fun. And look, I had my fun, have your fun, but you want to keep in mind that you're trying to go to law school, and you don't want something that's going to damage or hinder you from getting into the school that you want, or for just getting to school in general and being able to fulfill your dream of becoming an attorney. It really is a privilege to be called an attorney, a lawyer, whatever you want to say. It even is a privilege to be called a law student. Like, it's such a, like, just, I don't know, like, just a great feeling. I can't even explain it. For those of you that are in law school, you like understand. It's like really this like elite little group. I don't know, I love it. And just to know that I worked hard to be, you know, one of the few in the nation that can call themselves a lawyer. I know it's a lot of people that are like, oh, it's so many lawyers, so many attorneys. It might be, but especially being an African-American woman, a black woman, okay, it feels good. So you don't want something that's going to just hinder you from getting that opportunity. So while you're in undergrad, it's really good to talk to law students if you know them. Make those connections, because they can also be letters of recommendation, and they can also be someone that's going to help you once you get into law school if you're looking for a job or just looking for some type of connection while you're in law school. And just to get their opinions on schools, get their opinions on what it's really like in the legal field, and just to kind of pick their brain about everything. So make as many connections as you can. Networking will be like the center of every single video I talk about, because networking is just so important. Your reputation is just so important. Like, start off on a good foot now. I promise you it will be worth it in the end. I know you're probably like, oh, you're trying to act like somebody's mama. No, I'm trying to save some lives, because put the drink down, boo. Don't get in the car and drive while you drunk. It ain't worth it, boo. It ain't worth it. No, but seriously, and then just be cautious with the people that are around you, because I don't know, just going into the legal field, just changes your whole mindset, especially in law school. Like, you just don't want to risk all this work, all this money that you're investing, okay? So just get into good habits while you're undergrad. That's something else that I will say. Get into good study habits then, so it'll be a lot easier when you're transitioning into law school. It's not going to be like, that's not like the golden ticket, like, oh, if I have good study habits in undergrad, I'm going to do great in law school. That's not necessarily true. But if you already have the, like, I'm not going to procrastinate, I'm good with time management skills, or even if you're just working on those things, it'll pay off in the end, because you don't want to start working on those things your first year in law school, you guys, because it'll be the struggle. I'm not saying that you can't do it, but it's going to be hard. I mean, it's going to be hard in general, but moving along. Going off on a soapbox. So this is moving more towards, like, getting closer to the summer, but I'm going to pause here and rewind just a little bit. So I think the best time to take your LSAT would be your junior year in undergrad. I know you're like, that seems really soon, because your LSAT score holds for 5 years. So say you don't do that well that year, you can study and take it again your senior year, but you'll already, like, kind of get the idea, already have, like, an idea what it's like. I highly do not suggest, don't just take the LSAT like free ball. Like, don't just go into it like, oh, I'm not gonna study, I'm just gonna see what I get. Just don't do it. You might do well by the grace of God, but don't do it. Don't do it. So I just say, if you get all the stuff out of the way junior year, and then already have your LSAT score, you only have to worry about the rest of the application process leading up to when you have to apply. So just keep that in mind. This is especially for people that want to go straight through, that don't want to take a gap year or any time off. I do recommend taking time off, but if you go straight through, we'll do it. But yeah, I'll have a whole video on how to apply and LSAT tips just separately. So as far as the summer before, like I said, there's really no reading you need to do unless you're taking summer classes. There are pros and cons to taking summer classes. The pros are, you already have an idea how law school works ahead of everybody else in your class, and you'll also already have, like, a grade underneath you. Like, so most people, I would assume, I didn't do it, get A's and B's, like really good grades over the summer. As far as the summer before your 1L year, you'll also already get introduced to some professors, the campus, and things like that. So it is a benefit. However, it's also a con, because you don't get to just relax and chill and just spend the last moments with your family, friends, boyfriends, and girlfriends, and whatever it is. Because once you hit that law school, that day one, even orientation, y'all, you hit the ground running. That's it. Like, pew, that's it. That's it. Kiss, the social life, bye-bye, bye-bye. Bye-bye. No, it's not that deep, but kind of. You just have to kind of just brace yourself. That's why I say you don't want to start studying law or anything, because you really are going to learn your professor. That's really what it is. You're learning law, but you're learning your law how your professor wants you to learn it, because you got to take that exam. That's the reality of it. So any studying that you're doing beforehand is really kind of like null and void, because you don't know how your professor's going to teach it. You don't know what book they're going to use. Even if you have the books, you don't know how they're going to teach it. You don't know what order. I promise you, relax. Relax. Now, some things that I do suggest are some recent forums. I did that. I just thought it was interesting, kind of passed the time and kind of kept my mind at ease. The forum that I used was TLS Forum, which is Top Law School Forum. The website is www.top-law-schools.com/forum. I thought it was really interesting. It's just like a lot of different groups, and you can just get a lot of different input. I didn't really ever participate and, like, actually type something in discussion. I just kind of, like, you know, scrolled through and looked, but it was really interesting, and I don't know, I just loved it. I really enjoyed it. Also, a book that my school recommended, I didn't read it, but I know a lot of people that do. It's called Getting to Maybe by Jeremy Paul and Richard Plaschke or something. I'll put it on the screen, and it will be in the description box below. Those two things I do recommend. Also, like I said, talk to other law students. Talk to some of your incoming fellow law students. Talk to them, see how they feel. I definitely highly suggest go to Admitted Students Weekend if your school has it. Go to orientation. It's mandatory anyway. You will learn a lot about the school in general. Get to see the campus if you haven't already, which please visit your law school, y'all. Visit every law school that you're interested in, and it will narrow it down for you. If you'd like to see a separate video on how I think you should choose a law school, or how I chose my law school, leave it in the comment section below. What else? Oh, something that's so important, you guys, and I know this seems like you gotta be kidding me, but practice your typing skills. I know it's like, what? Practice your typing skills, because on those exams, it really is like brain dump and write as much as you can as logical and as educational as you can. I'm trying to find like the best words, but like, you want to type as much as possible. You can write your exams. I don't suggest it. I know people in my law school that do write their exams. They did well, but personally, I'm a typer. My handwriting looks like a 13-year-old boy, like, with no type of sense. So I have to type, and you just want to make sure you're a really good typist prior to law school, so that once you are taking those exams, it's not like, like, no, you need to be like, okay, I'm a really good typer. So I still did some practice, just, you know, to freshen up, you know. But that's something that's important. I know it's kind of like something that you don't really think of, so get to those typing tests. So something else leading up to your 1L year, prepare your resume and your cover letter beforehand. So the summer right before you start your law school, it really is not going to be much that's going to change on your resume. So you can pretty much have it nicely set out. I would put like my resume on there, but I don't want my personal information on there. But maybe I'll leave some templates down below that I've used, or leave a template that I created and just kind of block out my information. I'll leave it in the description box below if I do that. As well as a cover letter, just make like a template where you kind of fill it in depending on just like different things. I do have a template for my cover letter and a template for my resume, just like a rip. But I also have like just multiple, because depending on the job, I kind of cater my resume and my cover letter to that, which you definitely should. But prep that beforehand, because some jobs you'll be applying for in December if it's like a federal job, or just depending on the job. But most jobs you will be applying for like that January, February time if you're doing like on-campus interviews. And even if you're just networking in general, you want to have your resume already ready. And if you need to add your GPA, you can just slide that in. So it's just, all you have to do is just like input little things. If you do job shadowing or intern or volunteer or something while you're in law school that first semester, you can just do that. But you don't have to worry about literally creating a whole new resume. It's stressful. You're worried about exams. You're worried about whatever, trying to get a job, interviews. You don't want to be worried about your resume. Like, that's the last thing you should. Resume and cover letter. So I already have a template already done the summer before. It's going to be so helpful, you guys, I promise you, because once exams hit, like, that's the only thing that should be on your mind. Like, okay, so you don't want to add any extra stress that you don't already have. What else? I did just say don't read law and things like that, but do look up how a law school exam looks like. Don't read, you don't have to study it or anything like that, but just look up, like, search like law school essay or law school exam samples or law school exam examples, something like that, so you kind of get an idea of what it looks like. If I can find some, I will leave the links down in the description box below, because I know like a lot of people think it's not going to be like undergrad. Like, some classes you do have multiple choice, some classes it's just straight up one essay, and that's your entire test. That's your entire like grade for the whole year. So you want to look up just samples. Even if you can look up samples catered to your specific school, or if you know a law student at your school, ask them, be like, hey, do you have any sample practice tests or something? And just usually, I'm telling you, law students, most of them are just really friendly. And they'll just send you what they have. Like, if any of you are interested in going to Cumberland School of Law, or if you are going to Cumberland School of Law, just let me know. I will send you what I have, you know, and that's it, you know. So definitely look up how just the structure of a law school exam looks like. It's so important. And last but not least, warn people in your life. I know you're like, what? Like, literally give them a heads up. Like, look, you talk to your boyfriend like, look, baby, look, I'm going to law school, okay? Law school is going to be my new boyfriend. I love you, but he just is going to take over my whole life, and I have to give him that this time, okay? 3 years, it's going to be me and you, but right now, law school is my baby, okay? No, but seriously, like, tell your family. Like, my mom, I talk to her every single day, and I had to tell her, like, look, I'm going to be stressed, I'm going to have an attitude, I ain't got time for no extra drama, like, So, I mean, of course life is going to happen, and some people go and they have kids already, or they have family already, or whatever that may be, but you want to be, just like everything else outside of law school, you want, like, no stress. Friends, family, all of that. Like, start clearing stuff out before law school starts. If you know somebody, like, look, we ain't gonna work, drop them. I'm not saying go drop your boo if he good, okay? If he a good man, or if she a good woman, keep her. But I'm saying keep that in mind. If there's something toxic in your life, or just, y'all, friends, cut them off, or all of them. No, I'm just kidding, not all of them. You need good friends, trust me. You need friends outside of law school, because you don't want to talk about law school every day, 24/7, but I'm just saying, y'all see what I'm saying. Like, warn people in your life, like, look, law school is intense. I'm going to be stressed. It's crazy. And I will say, my school, Cumberland School of Law, they had like a little extra session just for the like family and friends, and they told them, like, look, it's stressful. they're gonna need your support from a distance, okay? And I love how they just broke it down to them. My mom said it was really beneficial for her, so I wasn't in the meeting, but my mom told me that. So yeah, I know it sounds like harsh, but it's like, I love you, but I need to study. Like, seriously, I need to study. Like, it does get better your second year. It really does get better your second and third year. I'm in my second year, and it's already a lot better. It's still stressful. Okay, we back. My bad, my camera died. But I think I was just finishing up. Why is the camera crooked? I just wanted to end by saying law school is a marathon. It is not a race. It's a marathon. Take your time. Even when applying to law school, you guys, it is all like just a process, but it's so worth it. Once you're accepted is the best feeling. Once you're in law school is the best feeling. Aside from the stress and like the chaos of it, it really, really is like fun. Using that term in a weird way. Maybe not fun. It's enlightening. I don't know what the word it is, but it's great. It's a great feeling to be in law school. I'm just so blessed every single day that I get the opportunity to be in law school, to just work my mind as hard as I've ever had to work it. It's very, very intense. It is, and a lot of people are scared to do it. Shoot, I was scared. I was at orientation texting my best friends like, y'all, your girl ain't supposed to be here. How I get here? And my second year, so you guys will definitely make it. If you're thinking about law school, really give it some extra thought. And then once you have realized, you know what, this is something that you have a passion for, something that you want to do, I say go for it. Go for it, go for it, go for it. Just work your butt off. It will be worth it. You don't have to have the best GPA. You don't have to have the best LSAT score, and you will still get an amazing education. You can still do very well in law school. You can still get that Juris Doctor. It's so worth it, you guys. And you can still pass the bar, because at the end of the day, it's the bar exam that's going to say whether you are or are not an attorney, unless you don't want to do, unless you don't want to practice, of course. But yeah, just go for it. Don't give up. Keep fighting. If you're an undergrad, keep getting those good grades and staying involved and networking and getting as much experience as you want to. I know I said I was going to talk about me interning, but I'm going to do that in a separate video about networking and stuff like that. So definitely stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you click that bell next to my subscribe button, you guys will be a part of notification gang. Gang, 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 gang. And you guys will never miss a video. Don't forget to thumbs up this video if you haven't already. And leave me some comments down below. I would love to hear your experience as a pre-law student. Or if you're already in law school, what law school are you going to? What year are you? And what are the videos would you guys like to see in this series? And don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Later. Wait, is that how I ended it, or did I do something with the tea? That's the legal tea for today. Later. Love you guys. Love you guys. Later. Should I do something with the tea? I don't know how I want to end it, you guys. So yeah, let's try again. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. No, that's awkward. Okay. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Later. Is that awkward too? Let me just stop with the cup. Love you guys. See you guys in my next video. Later.